commands everyone, not just the Prophet, of course, starting from the Prophet and his companions and the believers at large, every one of us who wants to believe in this religion, to observe moderation. When we say moderation, in what sense? There are two things. Number one, in the worship, in the rituals, and number two, even in the worldly things. Two aspects of life must observe moderation. Let me give you an example. When it comes to ibadah or worship, anyone here non-Malaysian? Everyone Malaysian? Oh, you're non-Malaysian. Okay, very good. Sorry. Then I will not speak Malay or Chinese. Sorry. So, in the rituals, Islam teaches us to be moderate. There is no such thing as, for example, fasting, right? Everyone knows about fasting, right? Here in Malaysia, Ramadan, everyone fasts, and Ramadan is coming soon, inshallah. One more month, less than a month. So everyone fasts in the month of Ramadan for a month, right? For a whole 30 days. But let's say somebody says, "Oh, I want to be very close to God. I want to fast every single day." This is haram. Haram means prohibited. Cannot do that. But isn't fasting good? No. Yes, it's good, but you cannot do it every day. You see, moderate. Everything has a limit. Even good things. Right? You cannot. There's no such thing as I stay in the mosque, I only pray, I do nothing. I totally, what do you call that? Leave the worldly things. I only stay in the mosque and pray. There's no. Islam doesn't teach us this. Everything is moderate. One of the pillars of Islam is establish our prayers. Anyone knows? Pray how many times, Muslims? Anyone knows? How many times? 5 times. 5 times, is it? Really? 5 times? Not 2, not 3? Not more than 5?
I think more than 5.
You think more than 5? Very good. But actually it's only 5. What is prescribed is only 5 times a day. Only 5 times a day we were asked to pray. That's all. And even the 5 times is very short. If you combine all the 5 times prayer, it's less than half an hour. How many hours in a day? 24 hours. But we are only required to invest half an hour to perform this 5 times prayer. That's all. Oh, I want to do more. I want to pray only. No, you cannot do that. 5 times only. That's all. See? And nobody will also say, I pray for 20 years already. 5 times prayer for 20 years. I'm so good at it. You know what? I do 2 times enough. I'm so good at it. Senior ma. No such thing also. You pray 5 times a day. Everything has moderation. This is the ritual part. When it comes to the worldly things, same thing. When it comes to the worldly things, I'll give you a good example. Food. Muslims eat anything? Is that true? No. Halal food only, you see? Moderate. Look for the halal food. The non-healthy food, don't take. Take only the healthy food. Take only the good food. That's why even the animals, we only consume the animals which is vegetarian. The animals, herbivore, not carnivore. Tiger we don't eat. Lion we don't eat. Haram, cannot eat. Cow, goat, why? Herbivore, why? Healthy. Because we believe in one thing, you are what you eat, right? So if you eat the lion, you become rabbit. No way, right? You become lion, right? Even in the worldly things, you see, even in the worldly things, we are asked to be moderate. We don't go extreme. Oh, everything halal, eat whatever you want, drink whatever you want. No. There is permissibility. This one, you don't go overboard. Even how much we eat, how much we consume, same thing. We were commanded not to eat so much until you cannot breathe. No. Similarly, we don't waste food. Oh, I love this, I love that. Go buffet, and then throw away. Oh, you cannot eat a little bit. Oh, cannot throw. No, we are asked not to do that. Everything is moderation. Even, oh, but I rich, I can pay. What? No, it's not about that. See, moderation in every aspect of our life. This is Islam. If you study Islam and if you truly know the teaching of Islam, even the non-believers, the non-Muslims, do it. You see, before I become Muslims, I still remember I went for a medical checkup. A non-Muslim doctor told me, he said, oh, your cholesterol is high, you know. But Adam, maybe you should don't take pork. He told me that. I said, hey, you are Chinese, I'm Chinese, how come you tell me not to eat pork? He said, you know, the pork really the fat, the cholesterol very bad. You know, the Malay got it right, you know. He told me that. You see, even the non-Muslim, they know about it. Yeah. So even he will tell me, don't do it, don't take this. This shows that Islam is truly the religion of God. Yeah. Because it's not man-made. Why? Because even science proves that. Yeah. Even the non-Muslim. You see, I'm sure today you watch a lot of YouTube. There are people who are non-Muslims, but they also want to try to fast 30 days in the month of Ramadan. Just want to, feel how the Muslim do it. And they can do it. Correct or not? They can do it. And even after they have done it, they make another post-Ramadan video and say, wow, I lost so much. I feel so energetic after that. Oh, they even say all the benefits out of it. Right? They do it. You can watch YouTube. I'm sure you watch YouTube. Don't lie. Right? You watch YouTube, right? Yeah. Look for it. Malaysian, there are a lot of Malaysian YouTubers, non-Muslims, they do it. Some they do a few days. Some they even go on board, all out 1 month. Why? Because this shows that this is actually the religion from God. And it is practical. Moderate, practical. Can be practiced by the poorest and the richest. Not only for the elite or only for the poor, but any humankind. Can be from Malay, you're Malay, right?
Yes.
Chinese, Indian. See, this class, how many different nationality, right? Can be practiced by different nationalities, different races. Everyone can do it, no problem. Okay? Any questions before we move on? No question. Next paragraph. Brother, you want to read? Next paragraph. Okay.
So, the Quran says, keep to the right course as you have been commanded, and also those who turn to be good to Allah, and do not exceed the bounds. This is what you do.
Yeah, so this ayat, this verse is actually in the Quran. How many of you have Quran? Have a copy of the Quran? Oh, you have? Okay, definitely Muslim. Non-Muslim, anyone non-Muslim have copy of a Quran? Don't have?
I have Quran, but it is in Arabic language, so I cannot read or
Oh, okay, so what you can do is you can actually download the apps, and nowadays, everything apps, right? You download the apps.
Muslim Pro app, where I can read in my local
Yes, exactly. You speak what? Hindi?
my local language is Bengali.
Bengali, okay. So you can actually read. So you can go to the surah number 11. Actually, it says Surah Hud means the name of the surah. 11 means surah number 11, verse 112. Okay. So you can actually go there and then read. One of the app I like to use is called iQuran. iQuran, if you click on it, it has so many languages. So many languages. Translated into so many languages. So you can see so many See? Bengali, Bengali, let me see. Oh, I don't see it. Is it the Bangla? No. Bangla. So see, you see, there are so many languages. So if you're Chinese, you want to read in Chinese, there's Chinese. You are Japanese, you want to read in Japanese, you can read in Japanese. Right? So there's so many, and It's very, very, very cool, is it? You can actually drag. You can drag very fast one. So if the surah has 200 verses like Baqarah, right? And you want to go to ayat number verse 100 and 100, you can just drag very fast, is it? So cool. You see or not? So I normally use this iQuran. Just type iQuran. The pro one you have to pay, but the pro one that has a lot of translation. Okay? Okay, any questions? I hear voices. Or is that cats or what? The cat. Okay. So yes, see in this ayat, Allah says, keep to the right course as you have been commanded, and also those who turn with you to Allah and do not exceed the bounds. The key word here is do not exceed the bounds. Do not go overboard. Don't be extremists, Allah says. Don't go overboard. Right? So whatever you're trying to do, don't try to do it extreme. Even something halal, okay? Even though something permissible, don't try to exceed. Don't try to exceed. Okay, like the next paragraph I read lah, very short only. This means be steadfast in following the truth to the best of your ability without overstepping the limits through exaggeration and extremism. Yeah. So it means follow exactly what is prescribed. Don't try to go overboard. I give you one story. This is a true story. It happened in the time of the Prophet ﷺ. There are three men came to try to meet with the Prophet. So they went to his house and met his wife at the doorstep. And they asked the wife of the Prophet, how was the worship of the Prophet? How did he do it? They want to follow his way. So the wife explained. He prayed 5 times a day. At night he would wake up and pray, and then he will fast, like that. And then these three men said, you know what? Who are we compared to the Prophet? We are far behind. The Prophet, definitely he is God's favorite. He will go to paradise. But we are so far away. So one man said, you know what? From now on, every night I will not sleep. I will wake up and pray until morning. Not wake up. I will not sleep. He said, I will not sleep. Until I die, I will do this every night. And then the other man said, you know what? I will fast every single day, not just Ramadan. I will fast every single day. Because I need to do catch up. He said, there's no way I can catch up. So this is the way I can catch up. And then the last one said, you know what? I will not get married. I will just stay in the mosque and pray only. I don't want to get married. And then the Prophet heard about this inside the house. So he summoned them, come into the house, and he asked them, he said, are you guys did you just say, did I hear it wrong? Did you guys just say this? He said, yeah, true, because we want to be close to God. And then the Prophet said, I am the Prophet. But I sleep at night. I sleep, and then I wake up, maybe towards the morning, I wake up a little bit early, and then I pray. And I get married also. I don't just stay in the mosque. I get married, I have a job, and then I don't fast every day. I fast, I break fast, I break fast, I break fast. Meaning some days he doesn't fast, some days he fasts. Right? I don't just fast every single day. And this is me. And then he said, in his last statement, he gave this very, very powerful statement. He said, whoever left my way of doing things, then he is not from me. Meaning he is not my followers. And so to follow me, you have to follow my way. You cannot create your own way. فَلَيْسَ مِنِّي, he said. Then they are not from me. They are not from me. This is a very powerful statement. This is a statement to tell us that follow the Prophet's way, because the Prophet's way is the moderate way. He is the moderate way. His way is the moderate way. And if you truly study his life, you will realize he is a very moderate man. He doesn't go extreme. His wife told us that if he is given two choices, two ways of doing things, of course, both ways are also permissible. There's no, it's not sinful things, right? He will always choose the easiest way. He will not go like extreme, do the hard way. People try to go to Hajj. There are some people said, I want to go to Hajj. They ask the Prophet, I want to walk to Mecca. I don't want to ride on a camel. I want to walk. I don't want to ride on a horse. I want to walk because I want to, feel it. Really, I want to feel it. I want to feel the hardship. The Prophet said, Allah doesn't need this from you. Doesn't need this from you. Because of that, we can fly today. Otherwise, I think we all walk. Huh? Who wants to walk to Mecca? Huh? So similarly, it doesn't mean that, I walk to Mecca, you fly to Mecca, I'm better than you. So moderate. Moderate is the key word here. Very moderate. Next paragraph. Harith, you want to read?
Sorry, I skipped ahead. I was reading another one.
Oh, okay.
Number 9, right?
Number 9, correct.
Once, while teaching his companions one of the rites of pilgrimage, the Prophet warned them against going to extremes, pointing out that doing so was the reason behind the destruction of past nations. Beware of extremism in religion, for the only thing that destroyed those before you was extremism in religion.
Correct. So this is an incident happened in the time of during Hajj, pilgrimism. During Hajj, one of the rituals that we have to do is take some of the stones, small stones, and then throw at like a pillar, symbolic to strike the devils. So when the companions were collecting the pebbles, the companions collect some big ones, some small ones. So the Prophet says, take the small one, don't take the big one. Because this is just a symbol. Doesn't mean that you're really killing the devil. So he said, beware of extremism. Don't go with the big ones. Today, unfortunately, if you go to Hajj, there are some people, they don't know, they take the big one. And then when they throw, some of the people in front then hit on the head. See, extreme. So take the small one. This is what the Prophet ﷺ told us. Don't go with because they say, I really want to kill this devil, like that. So they take the big one, like wow, very emotional. But the devil is not in front of you, right? So it's just a symbol. It's a ritual that we do to remind ourselves to stay away from following the footsteps of the devil. Next.
That is why he also noted, take upon yourself only those actions for which you have the strength to carry out consistently.
Very good. So he told us, he reminded us that do things that you think you can do this continuously. I say this many times, especially before Ramadan comes. Now is a good time, I want to say this again. Every time before Ramadan comes, try to think of a thing or think of an action that you want to do during Ramadan. Because Ramadan, everyone wants to be good. Oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do that. I want to build a masjid. But after Ramadan, they turn back to watching YouTube and TikTok, right? But before that, they're like, "Ooh, so Ramadan goes so gung ho." So similarly, always when it comes to Ramadan, try to think of something, a small thing that you can do, and start in the month of Ramadan, and when Ramadan ends, continue it consistently until you die. Don't stop. I give you one tips. Maybe you say, I want to donate 1 ringgit a day. Can you do that? 1 ringgit? Is it a lot? 1 ringgit? Not a lot, right? Nowadays, 1 ringgit is really nothing, right? So you say, I want to donate 1 ringgit a day. So every day, try to do it. Don't say, okay, you know what? 5 ringgit. I do 5 ringgit a week. No, do it every day, but do it small. 1 ringgit a day, 1 ringgit a day, 1 ringgit a day. Go and find people and donate this 1 ringgit. Otherwise, go to the masjid and put in the masjid. Also can. Nowadays, so easy. You can actually donate through Touch and Go e-wallet, right? So try to do it 1 ringgit a day. And then continue it until you die, after Ramadan. Don't stop. Or n/n, try to find one thing that you want to stop doing, like something that you've been doing it and you like, not so good thing lah. I want to stop it. Smokers is a good example. I smoke before, so I know. Every smokers want to stop, right? They don't lie. All smokers, they want to stop. They know one. So no need to tell them, hey, stop smoking lah. No need. They want to stop, I'm sure. So try, if you want, stop in the month of Ramadan. Because you are going to fast, then try to stop it. But once you stop, continue. Don't say, oh, Ramadan finished. Come out, my Marlboro come out already. No. Stop. Because never once the Prophet ﷺ, he started something good and he would stop it. Never once. Not even once in his lifetime. He always starts something good and he will continue until he died. So this is exactly what he's telling us. But pick something that you can do. You. I don't know you. So you have to think what you can do. Some people say, MashaAllah, I want to build a masjid. Yeah, if you can continue until every month build a masjid, why not? If you're good. If you're good at it. I'm not saying no, but think of something something small you can do and you can continue. And this is why the Prophet ﷺ also told us that the best of deeds, the best of action, in the eye of God, is the deed that is done continuously, even though it's small. So never belittle something small. Never think that, oh, you know what, 1 ringgit a day. 1 year, 300 plus already. 10 years, 20 years, right? And believe me, if you try to do something small every day, Allah will open your heart and do something big after this. And you will get more opportunities to do more. So try this. Ramadan is coming, you try. So this is what is encouraged in our religion. Trying to do something good. And Ramadan is a pit stop for every believers. Whole year you're busy with worldly things. Whole years you have been sinning, doing something stupid. Right? Ramadan is a pit stop. You know pit stop? Anyone watch F1? Right? You pit stop, you refill. Right? Ramadan is a pit stop. Pit stop, think about what we have done the whole year. Were you better than last year? So Ramadan is supposed to improve us. This is why the objective of fasting is to achieve righteousness. It's not a go diet thing. Okay? Oh, I want to shave some weight. No. It is a time to achieve righteousness. So how do we achieve righteousness? By not eating and drinking. This is the question. Eating and drinking outside of Ramadan is permissible when you're not fasting. But when in the time of fasting, it's not permissible. You cannot drink and you cannot eat. So if you are going to give up something which is permissible for the sake of God, then what about giving up something sinful, like smoking, like drinking alcohol, like gambling? So fasting, it is a time for us to reflect. Right? If you fast, someone want to pick a fight with you, like Harith, what do you say? Come lah, let's fight. No. You said, the Prophet ﷺ remind us, if you are fasting and someone want to pick a fight with you, you tell yourself, I'm fasting. Don't pick a fight with them. Why? This is time to control yourself. This is a time for self-control. I don't want to smoke. You see, the smokers, they can stop for Malaysia, what? 14 hours, 14 or 13 hours fasting. Right? 13 hours not smoke. Tiba-tiba aja buka puasa. Sorry. Suddenly, breakfast, come out already. Why? How come? You forget already. 13 hours you didn't smoke, right? So, okay, I keluar tajuk ini. Sorry. One last ayat. One last paragraph. Who? Sorry, what's your name? But I didn't ask your name. Wong. Okay, Wong. Do the honor. Bring us home.
On another occasion, he revealed the sixth period of the message which he was sent, namely not to burden people beyond their capacity, but to teach them with wisdom and make things easy for them. Allah did not send me to be harsh or cause harm, but He sent me to teach people and make things easy for them.
Yeah, as a Muslims, we are taught to make things easy for us, for people, not to make things difficult for people, especially the new Muslims. Right? In the time of the Prophet ﷺ, the people who become Muslims, he would make it easy for them to embrace Islam, not to immediately you must pray 5 times a day. Immediately, you cannot do this, cannot do that, cannot do that. Oh, cannot eat pork, cannot drink alcohol. Immediately, everything. The moment you say Shahada, that's it. You are in. You have to stop everything. I always tell people, the born Muslim especially, I said, you have to be kind with the new Muslims. We used to drink alcohol, beer, whatever. It flows in our blood, correct or not? Suddenly you say cannot drink. Ooh, you know how you lost your blood? It's very difficult. It's funny, but it's difficult, right? Yes, we understand. We become Muslim, it needs time. Yes, it's haram, but give us time lah. Correct or not? Correct or not? Some people, they love pork so much. They cannot live. Come on, it flows with the cholesterol in the blood, right? The lard is their blood. They cannot just stop. Praying something 5 times a day. We used to sleep until what? Right? We can. Come on, tell me. What time you sleep until? Today? What time you wake up? Come on. You wake up for Fajr prayer? You know what time Fajr prayer or not? 6:15. Who wakes up 6:15 today? The non-Muslim. You. Last night must sleep early lah. Got work lah. Night. Weekend normally we sleep until noon, right? The Chinese say until the sun, shine in your butt. The Chinese, they say. Right. And suddenly you want to wake up for Fajr prayer. You are Muslim. Yeah lah. Give us time lah. Right. We don't even know how to say Allah. We still say Allah, Allah. Correct or not? So give us time. So this is exactly what the Prophet ﷺ told. Be kind to the new Muslims. Be kind to the people. Don't make things. What happened when people become difficult? What happened? They U-turn lah. Correct or not? I personally know, unfortunately, a lot of people become Muslims and they are sincere when they say Shahada. They want to learn about the religion. They want to embrace the religion. But the peers, the friends, the colleagues who are born Muslims, very harsh on them. You cannot do this, you cannot do that. Never mind lah, I don't want to do lah. U-turn lah, U-turn. Never mind lah, I don't believe already. I personally know people like this. And when they met me, I talked to them. They said, you can be, you have like grace period one, honeymoon period. Of course, I said, take it slow. Of course, prayer is the most important thing. But there are many things. You can take time. No, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. The most important thing is you believe, you want to learn, right? But don't say, how long already? 20 years already, still eat pork. Something not right now, right? Give yourself some time. Slowly learn. Like I admit, when I become Muslim, I don't pray 5 times a day immediately. I don't even go for Friday prayer. Shy. Never stepped into a mosque before. I don't know the etiquette. I don't know what's the rules. You go inside I still remember I went to shopping mall. I went to the surah. I opened the door only. People look at me. They said, the toilet is next, not here. They thought I went to the wrong room. Shy. And then I'm like, no, I want to pray. Muslim. Okay. So, don't be harsh, okay? Take it easy. Any questions? We are done. No question.
Did you say we're done?
Yeah, we are done. Finish. Yeah. Any questions?
If you don't mind, can you talk about the time Islam was revealed to the Prophet? Gabriel, the angel Gabriel in the cave.
Like how or?
Can you talk about what happened?
Okay.
Because I'm with someone who wants to learn. I think it'll be useful for the person to know
Okay.
how it started.
Okay, very good. So the question was asked, how and when the Prophet ﷺ, was appointed as the Prophet. Yep. Initially, this one have to go back so long. This will take 1 hour to explain. But anyway, I'll take it short. So what happened was, before he was appointed as a prophet, right? He is a normal person. He's just a normal human being, just like anyone else. The only difference is he was not part of the society who worship idols. Yeah, because in his time, the idols worshippers are vast. Meaning, like even in Mecca, because he was born in Mecca. Mecca is a place of idol worshippers at that time. Kaaba, you know Kaaba, the black box. People say the black box. Inside the Kaaba, there were more than 360 idols, whereby the people at that time, they would pray one idol a day. So that was the pre-Islamic or the pre-prophethood. Okay, the pre-prophethood. Until he was 40 years old. When he was 40 years old, few days or few weeks before he was made prophet, at the time he was married, okay, with Khadijah, he had a dream. He had a dream. Consistently, every night he had a dream. A dream about an angel would come to him. At that time, of course, he didn't know it was an angel. A man, or not a man, creatures will come to him and then will tell him about this, that he will become a prophet. So at that time, he had this dream consistently, every night. And what he would do, Muhammad, the prophet, he would do one of the practice, because he doesn't know how to pray and all that. So what he would do is he would go to the cave. One of the practices, they would go to the cave and he would do self-reflection. This is one of the practice that the people at that time would do. They would go to the cave, sit in the cave at night and think about, self-reflection, think about God, they would do that. So he would do that also. So every night he would do that. So there was one night when he was there, Angel Jibra'il came. Who is Angel Jibra'il? Jibra'il is the archangel, meaning of all the angels, he is the leader. He is the great angels. He is the angels who are tasked to convey the word of God to the prophets. So he would meet with the prophets. So he came to the cave and he met the Prophet Muhammad SAW, and he squeezed him and he said, Iqra. Iqra means read. So the Prophet said, I don't know how to read. Because the Prophet is not someone who is literate. He doesn't know how to write and read. He doesn't even know how to write his own name. I wouldn't say putah huruf. You know what's putah huruf? Putah huruf means like literally illiterate lah, like people who are uneducated. But he is someone who can speak, but just cannot read, cannot write. Okay, because those days, it's not like the society right now. Like education is free and it's for everyone. So he said, Iqra. He said, I don't know how to read. And then he squeezed him again. He said, Iqra. He said, I don't know how to read. And then he squeezed the third time, and then he would read the verses to him until he knows that, the Prophet said, he realized he wants him to repeat after him, because he squeezed him so tight. So he repeat after him. So he revealed the verses, a few verses in the Quran, and then he left. Then he immediately went down to his home to meet with his wife Khadijah, and Khadijah immediately blanketed him because he was shivering. He was in fear because he didn't know what is that. So imagine an angel came to you in his original form, meaning with wings. Literally, the Prophet ﷺ, he mentioned to us that the angel Jibra'il wings is so huge that one side has 700 wings. 700 wings. So one side has 700 wings. Can you imagine? And it will cover the whole horizon in the left hand side, and the other side cover the other side of the horizon. So he is huge, and he squeezed him. Just imagine if you are being squeezed by these creatures. So what would you do? So he was very scared. He went down, met with his wife. His wife blanketed him. The next morning, his wife brought him to meet her cousin. Her cousin, Warqa bin Nawfal, his name. He is a blind man, and he is a scholar, someone who knows about the religion brought by Jesus, by Isa alayhi salam. Jesus was the last prophet before Muhammad. So he knows about Injil. The book that was brought to Jesus was the book of Injil. Today they say Bible, but not really Bible lah, right? Because Bible, inside Bible, everyone Christian here? No Christian. Christian. So the Bible has the Old Testament and the New Testaments, right? The New Testament, they claim it as Injil. The Old Testament is Torah. So this person, Warqa bin Nawfal, he is a knowledgeable, a learned person on the Injil. So Khadijah brought him to meet, brought Muhammad SAW to meet with Warqa. So Muhammad narrate the whole incident to Warqa. And Warqa, again, he is blind, old man. He heard this story, and he said, so he confirmed, he said, so you are the one, the last prophet who were mentioned in Injil, mentioned by Jesus, that after him there will be another prophet. So you are the one. Oh. So he told him, he said, if I were to live long, I will support you, because people will go against you after this. So he was shocked, because when he was married to Khadijah is a well-known person in Mecca, in Quraysh, meaning they are like the Datuk lah, Datuk, Datin, Tan Sri, you know, the people who are well respected. So they were shocked. We will be, you know, people will go against us. People respect us, man. We walk, they open the path for us like that, you know. Not like today, like people escort, you know? Yeah, but how can they go against me? So Warqa warned him. He said, whoever came with this message of worshipping God, they will be attested to, meaning they will be detested. People will go against you. With just like what happened to all the prophets before you. So you are the last prophet. So true enough, the next day he died. Warqa, he died, and of course he did not witness. Then the story of after that, yes, true enough, after that, when he declared that he's a prophet, he started to preach the message to the people, ask them to stop worshipping the idols and worshipping God. So then, yes, he's being tortured, he's being, you know, people go against him. Yes. So there's a long story after that, but this is the story how he became, or he was appointed as the prophet. Who came with you? Now you have to reveal to me. Oh, okay.
Actually, I have a question.
You have a question?
Yeah,
Go
I
ahead.
want to know that time obviously there is no proper language. So how Allah means how Allah write Quran in which language, and we define how we know that it is in Arabic.
Very good.
Not different language or.
Very good. So the brother asked, those days there is no language. So how do they know about Quran is in Arabic? Actually, those days they speak Arabic. Yeah, they spoke Arabic. Arabic is one of the ancient language, as you know. It is still spoken until today. The same way it was spoken then. Really, seriously, you'll be shocked. Yeah. So the language that was revealed in the Quran is actually Arabic. Yeah. So, and this is why when the Prophet, he conveyed the Quran to the people, the people know, the people understood the meaning of the message. They all understood. Today you can learn Arabic and you will understand. You will be able to read the Quran and you will be able to understand without referring to your own language. Yeah, because it is still spoken. It is still spoken. Yeah, by majority of the Arabs world. Yes, there are some, we call it the Ami. Ami means the colloquial language, meaning like the society language, right? Which is also Arabic. Just like Malay, we have the official Malay, but they also have the the Malay that you use in pasar, in the market. But the official Arabic is still spoken, and is still being taught, especially in universities. Yeah. Very good question. Any other questions? Ask, and you will learn. The key to learning is asking.
I have a quite unique question.
Every question is unique. Ask.
So, like for me, I have like what are the views of Islam with like tattoos and
What is the what? Sorry, I don't understand.
what is the view of Islam like towards like tattoos and
Okay, like tattoo.
Yeah.
What is the view? Okay, what's the ruling?
yeah, what's the ruling?
Uh-huh.
What's gonna happen?
If you have tattoo now, before you become Muslims, after you become Muslim, you don't have to remove it. Our brother there has tattoo. You got tattoo? So he became Muslim, no need to remove. But after you become Muslim, you cannot say, this tattoo is not finished, I want to complete it. That one cannot. Why? Because is this body our body? It's not. So who gave us body? God. Yeah. Can you do whatever you want with the others' property? If someone give you a phone, you say, "Can borrow? Later you give me back." Can you do whatever you want to do? Cannot. Without their permission, cannot. Consenting. So the concept is like this, and this is one of the good example, right? So we all die, we'll go back to Allah because we all belong to Allah. So our body also belong to Him. He's the one who created us. He didn't ask you want to become boy or girl, right? Before He created you. So it is predestined, right? So He created us. He make us Chinese. He make us Malay. He make us Indian. Everything belongs to Him, and this is why we cannot do something without His permission. So if He said no, then no. But if you already done and you become Muslims, the Prophet ﷺ said in one of the incidents, someone came to him and he said, I can accept everything that you preach, but I have one condition. I want to become Muslim, but I have one condition. And the Prophet said, what is your condition? He said, my condition is if I say my Shahada and I become Muslims, I want all of my previous sin to be forgiven. Is it okay? Is this condition okay or not? If okay, I will say my Shahada. The Prophet ﷺ said, not only all of your sin will be forgiven, it will be turned into reward. Wow. Meaning all the good things that you have done, all the bad things that you have done, it will be converted into good things. So this is a great tidings for those who plan to become Muslims. Yeah.
Another question I have.
Okay, sorry. Yes.
Actually, I'm going to become Muslim very soon, inshallah. But
Oh,
yes,
mashallah. You want to do it now? You want to do it now? You want to do it now?
No, maybe next Saturday.
Why? What's the problem? What's the problem now?
Because one of my colleagues who actually helped me and also introduced to this institute, he is busy today with the family. So next Saturday he will come with me for all the things.
But it's not about him, it's about you.
Yeah.
Who cares about him? We care about you. Okay.
So
Sorry,
one of
carry
my
on.
Indian friends, I am sharing these things to my friends and all the relatives. So one of my friends asked me one question. I try to answer him, but I don't want to be, because obviously I'm still learning.
Yes.
I don't want to answer wrong answer or misguide or say bad things. So the question is, suppose obviously in Islam Allah told that Allah is the only creator and we need to worship only and only Allah.
Yes.
As a
Yes.
God.
Very good. Yeah, you are correct.
This question is, if we worship Allah also and also believe something else, such as parents, we also worship parents. For example, he asked like,
Yeah, yeah.
why Allah take that so egoistically and you send those person to direct to hell, not mercy, no mercy, no forgiveness. Why like that?
Why like that? Okay.
Means Allah is a God. Why God can be so egoistic and angry that you worshiping, start believing little things, but you still worshiping Allah. And
Very
go
good.
directly hell.
Very good. So do you know? Can you hear his question, or you want me to repeat the question? The question was, okay, I want to worship Allah, but what if I also want to worship something else? Okay, we don't have to say parents, what something else, at the same time. Okay, God and also something else. But why so strict? You know, why so strict? If the person die doing that, then he will go to hellfire. Wow, so strict one man. Why? Okay, that is the question, correct or not? Because if you were to worship Allah, at the same time you also worship something else, when you are alive, right? When you are alive, meaning you are not dead. If you are doing that, yes, you are a non-Muslim. But once you change, you said, okay, I only want to worship God, then it's okay. Allah will forgive, no problem. What if you're doing that, after that you die? Then you will go to hellfire forever and ever. Wow, this is very harsh. Hey, strict, what do you think? Harsh or not? Harsh, right? His friend asked him this question. I think this is his question, but he used his friend. No. So the answer is actually very simple. Very simple. First of all, the honor of paradise and hellfire belongs to Allah. Allah is the one. These are the things that belongs to Him. So He is the one who has the right to say who goes to paradise, who goes to hellfire. Correct? That's the first thing. And second thing is, it is fair actually, on the day of judgment, when those who worship other than Allah, right, Allah will tell them, go to that whatever you are worshipping when you are alive, go to them and ask them to give you paradise. Because don't ask me, because you don't worship me. Go ask the other one. It's just like you work for a company. You get salary from that company. Can you at the same time also work for another company? And then the other company, right? So similarly, the boss is telling you, you use your time to work for someone else. Go to that company and ask for the salary. I'm not going to pay for this. You go and ask. So similarly, on the day of judgment, the people who worship other than Allah, Allah will say, go and ask them for paradise. Because those who worship me will get paradise. Those who associate myself with someone else, can be moon, can be sun, not just paradise. Okay, I don't want to talk. Can be anything. Because there are people who worship the moon, the sun, the stars. The stars, like horoscope is actually one of the good example. They read the horoscope, they believe exactly what the horoscope says. I'm a Virgo, I read, tonight cannot go out. I don't go out. This is worshipping the stars. Because my star is Virgo. So, what will happen on the day of judgment? Allah will tell them, you go and ask. So they will go ask. And they will all say, it can be sun, can be a human being. They will all say, what are you doing? I'm also being judged here. You're asking me to give you paradise? What are you talking about? Yeah. So the sun, the moon, for example, eventually they will end up the people who worship Allah, why they will end up in hellfire? Because there are only two locations, either paradise or hellfire. So paradise are for only those Allah, or those who worship Allah only. Those who do not worship Allah, you ask. I remember this question was asked to me, actually, one of my non-Muslims friends. He asked me, he said, our friend here is a Christian. He said, if you become Christians, you will get paradise. Actually, what will happen to people who are not Muslim? He asked me. So I said, God will be very just. He will ask you to go and ask these people, give you paradise on the day of judgment. And then my friend said, but paradise belongs to God. I said, yeah. But He will only give it to those who worship Him. I said, yeah. Then what if you ask for another person giving him paradise? You will not get paradise, as simple as that. He said, but he said, but this is such a fair, a fair situation. Because you worship the other thing, you have to ask for the other thing. It is as simple as that. Yeah. But why forever and ever? Why forever and ever? This comes to the wisdom of God. Because God is knowledgeable. His knowledge is not like our knowledge. We only know what we know. We don't know until eternity. But God's knowledge is not limited. It's not limited edition. His knowledge goes beyond. He knows what has happened before. He knows what is happening now. He knows what will happen after this. He even knows what could have happened but did not happen. And this is God. This is Allah. What do you mean by He even knows something that could have happened but did not happen? What does it mean? It means today, for example, if you choose not to come to Al-Khadim, you would have gone to somewhere else. That somewhere else, He knows. But did it happen? No, because you are here in Al-Khadim. He even knows that. So He knows why why people are in paradise forever and why people are in hellfire forever. Because He knows if He were to give life, forever life for these people in this world, they will forever worship that thing other than Allah. Do you understand? And He also knows if He were to give us life, those people who worship Him, He knows if He were to give us a life which is eternal, we will worship Him forever and ever. And this is why we deserve to be in paradise. So ask yourself, when you worship Allah, do you want to worship Him forever and ever? And this is why this is very important. Yeah, this is very important. Why is routine 5 times a day, 5 times a day? Wow, boring lah. Why? It is routine. Because if you were to give an eternal life, you will worship Him forever and ever. He knows. This comes back to the wisdom of God. He knows. We don't know. Yeah. He knows. So no one, if you read the Quran, no one on the day of judgment, when they were being thrown to hellfire, for example, they will blame God. All of them will blame who? God? All of them who are being thrown to hellfire, who will they blame? Who? Themselves. They will blame themselves because they choose to be like this and they know they deserve to be there. That's why none of them will say, you are not just lah, you throw me here. None of them. You read the Quran, people will be thrown into hellfire. The angels who guard the hellfire will ask them, what makes you end up here? They will say, we used to be the people who do not worship God. Yeah. See?
I try to answer in a
nice way. Yeah.
in a
logical way.
Like with the example, I told my friend that suppose you have a heart problem.
Okay.
And you know one heart specialist.
Yeah.
In your friend circle. And also there is another person who do some temporary doctor, as a temporary doctor. So whom you will go? Heart specialist or temporary doctor?
I see. Okay.
So you will select a heart
Specialist.
So you go to the heart specialist. Obviously, heart specialist is so costly. You don't have money, so you just take the advice from the heart specialist. Heart specialist told you that you need to take this pill you have to do this exercise, not to
Yeah,
do this, not
yeah.
to do this. So you take the advice and came back and go to the temporary doctor because he is cheaper, and you take all the medicine from the wrong medicine and take the advice from him and take those things because he is cheap. So what happened? After a few days, your heart stopped working and you take. But then you go to day of judgment and telling that he take the wrong medicines. Though you
Oh.
said me to take this one, but I mistakenly take the wrong medicines, I did. So please give me life again or give me paradise. So you cannot.
Okay. Good one. Finish already. Okay. Sorry. The next class Ustad is here already. I have to stop. If you have any other questions, let's do it outside the class. Oh, there's one question online. Boleh tak? Ano? Okay.
Which is priority, syukur or sabar? Which is priority, syukur or sabar?
Subhanallah. The question is, which one is the priority? Syukur or sabar? Syukur means be grateful. Sabar means be patient. Which one? I don't have the answer. We let Ustad Anwar answer. If I were to answer, it has to go hand in hand. Yeah. Okay? Subhanakallah wa bihamdika asyhadu an la ilaha illa ant astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi